Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Grand Tactician, the Civil War. This is episode 3 in our new Union campaign. If you didn't see the first 2 episodes, there is a link down in the description that will take you back to the beginning so you can get caught up. It is August 5th, my birthday, 1861. Not my birthday, not my birth year anyway. We are in the process of getting all of our patron brigades recruited. So if you did request a brigade, it is coming. If you don't see your brigade within a couple of episodes, let me know, and I'll let you know where they are if we haven't seen them in action. But keep in mind, please, that if you are a patron, make sure that your request is in the thread, the post that I made on Patreon, so that they're all in one place. I can go right down the list and get them recruited in the order in which the requests were received. If you sent me a message or something, I probably will miss it because I get a lot of messages. So please reply to that post. If you have trouble finding it, let me know and I will help you find it. And keep in mind, too, that not all requests are able to be filled. For example, some of you are requesting a commander, for example, who has already been requested by someone else, or that is already at a higher level of command, or you might be requesting a particular type of weapon that isn't available yet, especially with the artillery. So we'll get all of those in within the next couple of episodes. I'm just queuing them all up. So let's go ahead and see what happens. We are almost done with this supply depot that we've been working on. It's 10 days away. And that'll hopefully begin the process of supplying our armies in Virginia. You can see our readiness is not great. Supplies are only at 80%. But McDowell's eventually going to have 47,000 men. Right now he's got 29,000. Department of Pennsylvania, also not very ready, but they will get up to 20,000 men pretty soon. Let's go ahead and switch over to the west and see what's going on over there. I have moved the Department of Ohio, under Hooker. Which will be about 11,000 strong pretty soon. I've moved them down into central Kentucky. We're building up Grant's Army of the Mississippi, which will eventually have 37,000 men. Department of the West has had to pull out of St. Louis. We've got to get some more recruits in there because they're facing quite a bit right now, especially the Army of Tennessee, the Missouri State Guard, but we're going to push back there as quickly as we can. So Hooker's supply situation is not real great. And that's with only 8,700 men, so we definitely need to get ourselves a supply depot built down here in Bowling Green. Let's go ahead and start construction on that. And that'll take some time. But that's going to be a key to this, especially as the Union. And this was a historic logistical nightmare that they had, which was how do you supply armies that are moving deep into what is enemy territory? And a lot of that determined their movements. They had to stay close to the river, for example, so they could supply by river. That determined a lot of the movements for the Army of the Potomac in eastern Virginia because they had to stay close to either railroads or rivers. Same thing. Diplomacy 1 for the Confederates. Where are we at on policies? We are still working on government funding. It's 3.5 days away. After which I think we'll probably go to industrialization 2. Which is going to allow for greater subsidies. I think it also... No, I guess that doesn't allow production of new weapons. I thought it did. We've also got Militia Act 4 that we're going to do eventually. That'll give us 36-month troops, but I don't think we need those quite yet. Okay, our supply depot is almost done here. I think we're probably going to have to upgrade it, though. I'll be curious to see what that does. Okay, McDowell's supplies are now at 100%, so you see what a difference that did in fact make. But we're going to immediately, there's funding policy 1, we're going to immediately upgrade this thing because we're going to need more, especially as this army grows in size. So let's go ahead to our policies now. Agriculture wouldn't be bad either, but I'm going to go industrialization 2. It's going to take 35 days. Let's go to our finances now for a second. I have it on auto-manage finances right now because I'm really just concerned about our credit rating. I don't want to get in a situation where I can't recruit anymore. Unemployment's 10%, national debt's $144 million, and there's only certain things we can subsidize at the moment. Let's take a look at our numbers. We're up to 109,000 fielded. Confederates still have us with 135,000, but we've got a lot on the way. As you can see, just in our main armies, these divisions are starting to get filled out. But units like the Louisville Legion, they're 1 day away. Buckeye Brawlers are 6 days away. 87th Indiana, 5 days away. Hungarian Impalers are still 27 days away. Italian Mafia, 2 days. First Armagh Irish, 4 days. And then some of Andrew's West Virginia 2nd Division Infantry Division are still waiting. We got the Wheatland Heavy Tubes 2 days away. And that's an example of one that I couldn't fill the request because we don't have 20-pound parrots yet. But when we do, I will make sure to get you one. Let's see, who else do we have here? Department of Pennsylvania, 155th Pennsylvania is close. So I think we can go ahead and start queuing up some more. Blitzers are 3 days away. Yeah, I think we're ready to queue up some more units. So I'm thinking we want to try and get West Virginia to break away from the Confederacy. And in order to do that, there's a couple of different things we need to do. Let's take a look here. Control West Virginia, you need to take Wheeling, Grafton, and Charleston. And that'll hurt the Confederacy in terms of morale. So we're going to go ahead and build another unit because the Department of the Ohio is over here in central Kentucky. I need somebody over here, a new force to go into West Virginia. I don't really think that I can do that with the Department of Pennsylvania, though I certainly could move in that direction once they're ready. I'm mostly going to focus on Winchester with them. You can see the numbers are almost identical now in terms of men fielded, but as the Union, we should have an advantage there. So I'm going to start building a new army. Let's go ahead and take a look. New army, it's going to be in Ohio. I was trying to find Oliver Howard for one of the patron units, but couldn't find him. So, all right, who's available to command this Army of the Ohio? You know what? Let's give it to McClellan. We already haven't. Oh, that's the Department of the Ohio. So we're actually going to call this the Army of the Kanawha. I think that's how that's spelled. I'll have to double check. All right, well, it looks like the South Carolina State Militia moved up from down south and decided to engage the Army of Northeastern Virginia. So we're going to have some pretty good numbers here. But let's go take a look at where this is happening. This is him actually making a move on us outside Alexandria, Virginia. Our readiness is not the best, but it's going to be another battle at Manassas. Let's see what happens. Okay, so right now our plan is we're just kind of on my left flank moving to secure all of the bridge crossings because we don't know exactly where he is yet, and I don't have much in the way of cavalry in my army yet. We got to start recruiting some cavalry, and then we're moving our right flank to actually cross over here near Sudley Church. It's been our strategy every time on this battlefield to hold the line on the left and try to outflank on the right, but it seems like maybe he might be a little bit further down this time around. So it looks like Hunter's division's getting into position at the Stone Bridge. This is the West Virginia 2nd Infantry Division. They only have, I think, just one infantry brigade and one battery right now. So we still got a long way to go there, but let's go ahead and move them up to the farm ford. No sight of the Confederates yet. So I think we'll hold tight over here. And then we'll just move these 2 divisions, or 3 divisions, a little more toward the enemy. I'm actually going to spread them out in a single line. All right, we've spotted his skirmishers, and it appears they're right over here along Bull Run Creek. So we're in the process of moving these guys. I'm going to go ahead and start shifting some of these units over this way, since we're obviously not looking at a threat to the crossings. Let's put Tyler right up here. He's going to be one of our main attacking forces. We'll wait until all these guys get down maybe along here. In fact, let's go ahead and bring some of them up like right here along this creek. We'll go grab this objective right here. Displaced Royal Division's mostly in place now. They've got all their units, it appears. Oh, we're running close to the end of daylight for the first day's battle, so I doubt we're going to have much in the way of engagement, but we are starting to see his battle line is stretched right along here, and he's starting to shift because of my movements. Hopefully we can get in right here along near New Market before he gets into position. I'm going to go ahead and move Runyon across the creek here. We're trying to get all our artillery into position up here so we can start shelling him a little more. Let's go ahead and speed back up while we watch to see what happens. I'd like to see the rest of this division get into place before he gets there. It looks like we will. We'll get in right along the edge of this creek. A lot of these units still have muskets. I need to get them upgraded. I've only been given the rifled muskets. Oh, I didn't give the Armagh Irish rifled muskets. Darn it. I need to do that. All of my new units I've been giving rifled muskets to. But I must have missed them. Alright, Tyler, let's move up. Runyon's moving across. We're working on getting this artillery up. But I don't think we're going to really see much in the way of action on the first day. Alright, we're making contact. I might have to send skirmishers out. I think they're just a little bit out of my range still. '24th Regiment of Foot, the South Wales Borderers. They're the ones made famous in the Battle of Rorke's Drift. Fighting for the U.S. Army here. Send out some skirmishers from the Black Watch. This is mostly going to be a skirmisher duel at the moment here. Alright, he's putting one brigade up here to check Runyon's advance. And he's got one brigade holding the crossing here too. I'm going to go ahead and bring Coster up. Though we probably only have about a half hour more before this day finishes. Victory points are about the same. Morale and objectives are about the same on both sides. We'll just try to keep holding them on this side while we bring in, close the trap over here. Let's go ahead and bring up Hunter's division, as small as it is. And not to there, though. I want to cross them over here at Mitchell's Ford. Alright, Tyler, come on up. Start putting the pressure on the Georgia State Militia. I've got the Wheatland Heavy Tubes coming up with their 24-inch guns, but about to run into some infantry here, so let's hopefully get them stopped. Runyon's moving forward, so hopefully we'll be able to catch their attention there. Still just mainly a skirmisher action at the moment. Oh, they're taking losses already. Alright, get those guns firing. 24-pound howitzers ought to do some nice damage to these skirmishers. Ooh, this is crazy. What do the losses look like so far? So pretty even on both sides, very, very low on both sides, even though we've got him outnumbered by quite a bit. Alright, pull your skirmishers back. Move these guns over there. I think we're about done with today's fight, though. Yep. Alright, let's see how he... Oh, he redeployed. He got the heck out of there. He pulled everybody out. Where'd he go? He must have pulled back to this line here during the night. Alright. So now we've got to redeploy everybody. He got his reinforcements overnight, so now... it's a little more even fight. Now we're going to push forward here. We'll hold our flanking position, I think, for now. Let's get Coster up here to kind of connect the line. And then we'll start moving everybody else up. Alright, looks like he's starting to move, so we're going to send some skirmishers out. We're going to move McGinnis's division up a little bit. Let's get Hunter in a single line formation. Same with Tyler. And we're going to get ready to receive him if he decides he's going to push forward for an attack. Alright, let's just sit tight. We've got him right where we want him. We've got all the objectives. I have no reason to really press this too much. We've got skirmishers out everywhere along the line. I'll do that with Coster once I get him out there. But alright, here he comes. Looks like he's going to make a push on my right flank. Let's get a look on the ground. Pretty open ground we've got here. Long battle line. So just looking at the units involved here, we've got the 88th Regiment of Foot. th Regiment. 18th Royal Irish Regiment. 42nd Regiment of Foot Black Watch. And then some various other units. All engaged at the moment. Honestly, it might not be a bad idea to push forward over here. I'm going to bring Coster up right here. So far so good. His morale's a little higher than mine. He's trying to extend his line out over here. He's going to probably try to swing around and get on my flank. What cover are we behind? Skirmishers are taking a lot of casualties because of the flanking. Why can't I pull them back? Alright, now they're starting to pull back. Pull them all back. Now we gotta push forward on my left flank, his right. Even casualties. He's actually only got about 25,000 men. We were overestimating his numbers there for a while. Alright, let's refuse the right flank. There we go. Hurry up. Pull it back. No, 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 no. What are you doing? McGinnis, no. That's not what I want, dude. At all. Really not sure why he did that. Things were looking pretty good there, and then we just kind of screwed it all up. Alright, we're finally pushing forward on our left. He's got pretty scattered defense over there, so I'm feeling pretty good, but I'm a little nervous about what's happening here. Let's push Drew's division forward. He's really weak and scattered all on his right flank, so I feel like there's an opportunity here to break him. We just got to hang on our right. And this is not the way to do that. Gotta get these Welshmen to back up and turn around. We've got these guys in a real bad situation. We might be able to capture that brigade. He's already broken. Only 873 men in this cavalry unit, but still, I'm going to send a bunch of men to charge into them. Ugh, what a nightmare over here. Come on, McGinnis, get your guys in order. Who was wounded? Keys. We just broke another unit on his right. If I could just get these Welshmen to turn around, that would be enough for now. Look at Lee trying to get around my flank. Keep pushing forward, guys. Let's just completely smash him on this side, and then this won't matter. Alright, at least the Welshmen got figured out here. Oh yeah, we've got him broken on his right. Hit him, boys. Let's charge into these state militia units. Nice. Got him to surrender. That's what I was after. Looked like we had a chance to do that. Alright, we've got the whole Confederate army broken at this point. Alright, another great victory for Irvin McDowell's Union Army. 2,200 losses. Inflicted 5,100 casualties. A lot of those were when we captured the Georgia State Militia Brigade. So that's another step forward in the east. We haven't made any contact on the west. There's a long way to go yet. All right, we're going to make another move for the Department of Pennsylvania toward Winchester. Men under John Wool now, 19,000 strong. I feel like now's a good chance to do that since we routed his army over here. He does have the Hampton Division. 34,000 men in the Hampton Division. So there's where his big army is. And we've only got 37,000 right now in the Army of Northeastern Virginia. So that concerns me a little bit. Because that's a pretty big force to be taken on while we're still waiting for reinforcements. Do we have units we're still waiting on? Actually, only... Oh, the 1st West Virginia Brigade's a day away. 3rd West Virginia Cavalry is still 12 days away. We need to get some more units in here. A lot of these guys are units that have just re-upped. And I can probably combine some of them because there's just not many men in some of these brigades. The other thing we need to do is I need to get these weapons upgraded. Alright, they've all got what they need. Springfield muskets here. We need to get those upgraded. Let's give them some Enfields. In fact, let's just go ahead and upgrade this entire army. Now, it's interesting. Let's do it this way. Auto upgrade. That should be for the whole division. There we go. I'm just going to do it for all of McDowell's army. I don't know how many that'll leave me with for other forces. We still got quite a few. Okay, another battle at Manassas. I promise we're not going to be fighting all of these battles at Manassas. Eventually, I'm going to move this Army of Northeastern Virginia south toward Richmond. We're just not ready to do it yet. So this is going to be a pretty substantial battle here. It looks like this is under Magruder. So it is interesting that each time you fight on a particular battlefield, the victory points change. You remember last time with his army built in along Bull Run, the only victory points were down in this area. This time we've got victory points everywhere. And that mostly centers around the fact that he's defending in a different area. So you see we're starting at a minor defeat, and that's because he's got 53 points worth of objectives. And he's also got much higher morale. So we really have our work cut out for us on this one to move in against a stronger opponent this time. And I think I might try something different. I might try to get around him over here this time. Although that's a long way to go. I feel like that's a long distance. And it might wear my men out, but it might be worth a try. All right, so I moved in over here, and I can see he's built in on a fortification line here. So obviously we don't want to hit him at Farm Ford. But I do want to line my artillery up over here to where we can shell that position. We're just not quite close enough at the moment. There, now we can be. So we'll get him in right up here along this hill, and we'll start shelling that position. And then we're going to start crossing over on the other side. All right, so it's evening, 6 o'clock. We're starting to shell his defensive positions. Got 14-pounder Jameses, 12-pounder Napoleons. Mostly 14-pounder Jameses. We're moving into position on either side of him, trying to get a glimpse of where things are. Now, he's probably going to redeploy after this, so I don't imagine it's even really worth trying to attack him, because now that I'm into this position, he'll probably redeploy from here after the end of the day. But we'll just sit here with my guns and keep firing for now. See what happens. So far you can see the numbers, not too many casualties on either side. Okay, so I'm mostly in position over here. I'm going to go ahead and move up. At the very least, we might be able to engage some of his men. I'm going to hold these guns back, though. Maybe get a little bit of a fight going on his flank before the end of the day. Probably going to take me a little while, though. But McDowell's over here with this side of the army, so these orders to the divisions are going to happen pretty fast, as you can see. I just hope we get a chance to engage him a little bit before nightfall. Long range, boys, long range. Ah, we just got into position. And he's going to redeploy. He didn't redeploy as much as I thought he would, though. He's just shifting to face my men. We're gonna get right into it here. So I'm gonna put as many men as I can right up on this fence. Get everybody else deployed up there and force a decisive action quickly. Okay, we are going to engage right off the bat over here on the right flank. Even while he's all kind of in disarray. Caught him napping. All right, let's move Coster up before he can do too much on these fortifications here. I'm going to get my guns up a little higher. Let's get the first Massachusetts... Oh, no. Why are they all the way over here? No, no, no. Oh, it's because they had orders from their division. I don't know why they're separated from the rest of their division. I'm not sure what happened there. Alright, let's take a look at the numbers. So far, so good. No complaints there. Whose division is this? This is Tyler's division. Let's move them forward. Keep the pressure up. So far, so good. Alright, we broke that unit that was trying to charge us there. Alright, Runyon's coming in. So is Coster. We're going to push right up against these guys here. We're going to have to charge these guns. Alright, hit them. This might not work out so well for the 1st Armagh Irish with this. No, it's only skirmishers. Okay. Alright, come on, boys. Take out these guns. Let's get the Italian Mafia Brigade. The Italians and the Irish fighting side by side. I love it. Oh, yeah, I was afraid of that. That was a long distance to charge over. What happened here? Hill's Brigade surrendered. An enemy unit. Okay. Nice. That was probably the one that broke over here. Alright, let's try to rally these guys. Oh, they're breaking into the enemy lines now? That's not good. Alright, I need Runyon to hurry up and get up here. Double time, guys. I don't think Wadsworth's getting the orders that we gave him to cross over here. That was my fault with the Armagh Irish. I gave them an order that they couldn't possibly be successful with. Oh, what happened over here? The Black Watch broke. Well, that's why we have a reserve division over there. It's probably because of the guns, although we did take out a lot of his guns. Move Hunter's division up a little bit. Alright, the routes are hurting both sides. Losses are definitely hurting him more. Morale still a little higher on the Confederate side. Alright, Runyon. Let's push up. Ah, come on. Not like that. It's finally moved to indecisive now. Why are we not firing here? Irish boys, there we go. There we go, now they're firing. Oh, it's back to minor defeat. Darn it. Bring up these guns. It's a pretty static situation at the moment. So let's go ahead and speed things up and see what happens. How's it going? Oh man, yeah, it's going real good right now. We're just decimating the Confederates in the east so far. He's falling back. And now he's going to charge over here, it looks like. Go for it, dude. I got 2 brigades in reserve if I need them. Our displaced Royal Division's doing well for themselves in these battles. 463 losses out of 8,000 men. And they're just hurling back the Confederates. I love it. Is that John Bell Hood in charge of cavalry? He's getting low on ammo. Van Petten. Oh, the South Wales borderers. Oh, they still got half. They're okay. Oh, they're down to 14 rounds. Oh, Baker just broke. Alright. Alright, let's bring Hunter's brigade up. Same with a couple of Drury's men. Let's bring them up too. From the reserve. We'll push Runyon forward the best we can. Do the same with Coster. Try to push and break these guys. Alright, you know what? I'm going to send the whole division. Oh, there he goes. He's breaking now. I was going to send the whole division to charge into him, but he's finally moving out. Dang, this is going to be a bloody battle. 7,000 men for him, 2,700 for me so far. That's a quarter of his men, though. But he started with so many points. That's why it's going to be bloody that he didn't break sooner, even though he's lost a quarter of his men. Alright, I'm going to send the whole division after this guy. Hit him. South Wales borderers, you hit him too. Getting low on ammo. We're going to pull a Joshua Chamberlain here, charge down the hill because we're almost out of ammo. 2 brigades ought to be enough to break this guy. I could be wrong. Not going quite like I expected it to. His morale's down to 21 though. Dang. There he goes. Alright, we got him. But still, the battle's still just right in the middle, indecisive. That's the result of all the points he started with. It's got to be. Dang. So here's the current situation. We're still engaging all the way along the line. A lot of low ammunition units at this moment. I'm going to try to grab this objective right here. It's worth 10 points. We're going to grab this objective here, see if that starts shifting things a little more in my favor. Because right now that's the main issue. His morale is down to 13. He's got minus 33 in routes, minus 8 in losses. But he's got 48 objective points. That's why he's hanging on for dear life, despite the fact that he's now lost a third of his army, 11,000 casualties. So we're going to cause him to shift a little more. We'll grab those objectives, and that actually pushes us to a major victory. That should be enough to get this done. There it is. Once we grabbed that other objective point, that was all it took. That was enough to push him. We probably should have grabbed those sooner. We might have gotten away with fewer casualties. But this one's, you can see how it's going to end up. So another bloody victory at Manassas. And we're going to wrap it up right there. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. I think by the end of next episode, we should have all of the requested patron units in the queue to be recruited and into the armies. And you'll definitely get to see a lot more of those, especially when we start fighting out west. Thanks for watching.